Oh, okay. All right. I got lost there for a minute. I'm back. I was streaming on Twitch and decided to jump over to YouTube. Today's a long day. I've been at this for an hour and a half, and uh, I'm working on the book and thinking about movies. Today, I'm going over If You Were the Last, a movie that I saw a long time ago. Not a long time, a couple of years ago, and it's a really neat movie. I still think about it sometimes. It's clever. They have a it has a really neat premise, and film wise, it looks like an independent movie. It looks like a really well done independent movie. That reminds me of Geek and Sundry. It looks like nerds got to put a project together, and it was good enough to hit NBC. So, uh, the story. This story is Adam. Three astronauts go into space. Adam, Jane, I got a cough. this this is kind of an adult movie, where dating movie. It's a romantic comedy. So it's Adam, Jane, and Benson. Three astronauts head off into space, and something happens to the ship where they get stuck in a holding pattern. They're up there orbiting Mars, I think, and what happens is they start to get homesick, and they start missing being close to their partners. And then they start daydreaming about what if we can't make it back home? And there's a countdown clock. They have about 50 days left. They were running out of days. Or I forgot how many days they have. But at one point they have to the goat dies. they're a resource on the ship, and they get another 50 meals, which means that they ran out of Pop Tarts, and they're down to the point where they're counting rations in space, and that's not good. So they're looking at their time in space as a countdown clock, and they're saying, if we only have 2 months left, how should we live it? Should we live it wishing that we were close to our spouses, or should we live it starting over with each other as a close friendship? And what happens is they start to see each other. They start being playful and dancing together. They start having date night. And then they start being romantic up on the spaceship. And then after that, the radio's fixed. And they get the rescue mission home. Story-wise, that's pretty unbelievable. That's a fun, clever story. So they head home, and their spouses are waiting for. This is where I left off reading. Their spouses are waiting for them, and Adam's spouse, Savannah, is a politician, while Jane's spouse is Benson died. I forgot. They have a spouse too, but Jane, I forgot her husband. He started dating. Before she was dead, he's at home, probably looking at NASA, like the astronauts are still stuck in space. And before she's dead, he's already out looking for somebody else. He's gonna go out, find someone, and then bring her along to the funeral. At a press conference on Earth, the disconnected astronauts are asked about Benson. Jane says she died in her sleep. Although a flashback shows Jane having to axe to save Adam when she went crazy. So Jane is saying she died of natural causes somehow, when in reality she had to take an axe to the woman. Suddenly Savannah appears, kisses him, and leads him out. Both astronauts must undergo a barrage of tests. Tom shows, confessing he had dated, but nothing serious. Savannah threw herself into politics, first as mayor and now governor. uh, I remember watching this movie, and it's happy in the beginning. A relationship forms. The second half is sad. It's a 180. In their debriefings, Adam talks about his experiments. Crossing blueberries with marijuana. Jane tells them about Benson turning violent and demonstrates the adapted drills. As their respective spouses are completing their discharge papers, Jane and Adam say their goodbyes. He asks to stay in contact, but she refuses. Back in Savannah's world, Adam feels invisible. He has kept the shuttle chickens, which stay in their house and bother her. I remember he comes back home, and there's next to the couch in the living room is a chicken coop. And he's just on the floor playing with chickens. My neighbors had one. That thing was outside. The chicken coop was as far away from the house as it can get. It was almost at the fence. People place chicken coops far from the house. They do not want their house smelling like a barnyard. They do not want to hear chickens 24 hours a day. And he has those things in the house. As Jane and Tom chat in bed, she admits dancing with Adam was her favorite part of being in space. Now she's attacking. She could have said anything. She could have said seeing Mars. But she said, I danced with Adam. You went and cheated on me. Initially, when Jane suggests a trip, Tom resists, but relents upon remembering she had been close. But relents upon remembering she had been closed in for years. So She's like, I remember those two had to admit that they had a wandering eye. And then she said, we can fix this. Let's just go on vacation. Then we'll have to spend time with each other somewhere nice. And he's like, no thanks. And she's like, we never go anywhere. So Adam comes back home, and his wife is handing out kisses, and he's like, what are you up to? You playing with the chickens? Get those things out of here. I'm gonna go be I'm gonna I'm gonna go be the governor. Do you want to come along? No, you can't. Stay at home. I'll be back later. She's happy, fun to be around, busy. She's like, clean yourself up. I have to be in public. Clean yourself up. And Savannah is like, this relationship is boring compared to hanging out with Adam. She can't believe it. She picked someone boring. On a run, when Jane, this is the part that tore me up. This is the saddest part of the movie. On a run, when Jane hears a certain song, her feelings for Adam come flooding back. So at home, when she discovers Tom had been regularly seeing Amber, she insists he contact her. Then confesses her and Adam's relationship in space. Holy cow. So she feels like whatever the heck that was, that she came back to, it wasn't fair. And she's doing her best to attack him back. She's trying to get even. At the White House dinner, 9 days after the return, Jane tells Adam and Savannah she split with Tom. The president insists the astronauts show their dancing skills. So now she's Adam's there happy with his wife. He's smiling. And he looks over. And Jane's alone. So Savannah is standing there, and at the presidential dinner, the two astronauts danced once more. They danced in space, and now they're saying their final goodbyes. I can't believe it. Tom had been regular seeing Amber. He said he wasn't seeing anyone. It wasn't serious. Now he's saying his wife was dying in space, and he's like, I need to see someone. Savannah sees their chemistry. Subsequently, Adam and she split. Holy cow. I can't believe it. That's not right. That's how Savannah is. Savannah's like, you danced a little too happy. But I saw the movie. That's not what happened. Savannah was oblivious. Adam opened his trap, talking, and he started talking to Savannah about space. And then Savannah says, well, what are we going to do about that? And Adam goes to Jane, declaring they are meant for each other, and subsequently take a trip away together. The end. The movie shows them sitting together like they used to sit in space. I can't believe it. He goes home to Savannah, and the only thing that shows up with Savannah is that she's a workaholic. She's like a stern. She's a party pooper in a way. She's a party pooper in a way. In that she's work driven. She has to deal with politics. And he was off in space having fun, dancing, and eating Pop Tarts. And then he comes home, and there's this person who's focused and work driven. And she's like, I'm not trying to have fun right now. I'm busy. I'm the governor. And she's like, "Clean yourself up. There's stuff to do." And he's like, "I had fun in space." His whole thing is, "I had fun in space." I don't get it. This movie tears me up because of this part. When I watched it, I was like, "What?" It doesn't make sense because I know it wouldn't happen in reverse. If Adam had shown up, I'm yelling. If Adam had shown up at that presidential dinner without Savannah, and Jane was happily married, she would not have given up her husband to go hang out and play with Adam. She said, "No, I don't even want to talk to you," as soon as they landed on Earth. Fast forward, Adam sees that she's in a down state, that they got along better than her and her husband got along. And he runs off to Jane. I don't get it. This movie makes me think that people feel like being happy at all times. I don't understand. I don't get it. Anyway, that's why I keep thinking about this movie every now and then. Every now and then. And she told him to put those chickens in the backyard. She said, "No, you can't have chickens in the house." I don't know. I I don't know. I don't know what to think. That was a long pause. I don't know what to say. I've been thinking about this movie for years. And I just started thinking about it for a half hour again. Happy at all times. Wholesomely funny and emotionally fulfilling. I agree. It's a love the one you're with is that's not it. They if you find a partner that's cold towards you, should you find another one? The message it doesn't. It's the type of don't waste the time given. It's that kind of message. Don't waste the time in life that's been given to you. Don't waste other people's time. I don't know. I think marriages should look more like the couple in space. Of how they had boundaries. It seemed like a healthy relationship that they had in space. He dealt with keeping them alive with food, and she dealt with mechanical issues. Navigation and whatnot. It seemed pretty healthy. Then he gets home, and the impression is that there's no room for him. He cares. He was in a traumatic event of where it was like he was underwater and running out of oxygen. There is a countdown clock on his life. And he gets home and he's a little bit traumatized. He's a little bit like Castaway. I remember what stuff on Earth is like. I remember all this comfort. I could sit on the couch and stretch out and whatnot. And he finds himself sitting on the floor like he was in space. So in the film, she's distant. She's like, whatever you're dealing with, just hurry up. I've got work to do. Every time that she talks to him or they show a scene of them together, her default is shape up. There's work to do. and they walk in together, and it looks, even though they look good together, it's a little robotic. And then he runs over. He doesn't run. He goes over to Jane, and he's beaming. It's like, hey, you remember me? And then Jane is relieved. But I don't understand it. Jane is relieved and saying, oh, my true partner's back. What a relief. But the story, the way they show this story, it looks like he was happy with Savannah. And if Jane had showed up happy at the dance, he would still be happy with Savannah. So if Jane had, I don't know, dealt with her emotions about her rocky broken marriage, Adam would still be with Savannah. That's why I don't understand this story. What is it that if Jane is down, Adam runs in? But if Adam is down, then again, they built the story that her husband had a wandering eye. He was actually seeing someone. It's like he's trying to fix her broken marriage. Or the way I saw it was that it looked like a rebound. But if you look at it that way, then you're disregarding the entire first half of the movie of where those two get along. They are a proper couple in space. I don't know. When I remember watching this movie, and my mouth was open by when at the end when it shows Adam and Jane together, the astronauts. My mouth was open. I was like, "Are you kidding?" No. I said no. He had to. He needed to go. He needed to pack up and go home. Take care of those chickens. What was? What? No. No way. He's happily married. The the Adam's perspective in this movie is, guess what? I learned how to make blueberries weed. Oh man, we're out of Pop Tarts. My crotch isn't happy in space. He's looking for ways. He's looking for ways to be happy at all times. Then he goes home, and it's like, you're a bummer. You're bumming me out. Jane didn't bum me out. We were watching movies, playing chess together. I had work to do. And then Jane shows up sad. And he's like, I'm sad too. Let's go have fun. My wife's just gonna, she's gonna bum us out. You're my new wife now. Adam has a different perspective. I don't know. Uh, this has the. It's a love the one you're with, or uh, don't waste your time being unhappy. make sure you find a partner that makes you happy. If your partner doesn't make you happy anymore, so this is a divorce movie. If you find yourself with the wrong partner, have the courage to be an astronaut. Find that person. That looks like a garden gnome. Find the person that makes you happy. He started seeing someone in space. No, her husband started seeing someone while she was in space. That's a crazy message. If I follow that message, that's what that means. And that's horrible. Partners should be on equal footing. They're playing chess. You should be challenged by your partner. The movie starts, and the trouble is, they both wish that they were with their partner before they died. If time is running out, he says that he missed his partner's hugs. I don't understand this movie. That gnome looks like it's fishing. There are many fish in the sea. Is that who I think it is in the back? No. Those paintings are on Society 6. She's got tattoos. I remember her husband, she gets home and he's boring. It's not. I know some people. I know the idea of having an entertaining person around, but he is disinterested in what she has to say. He is boring. He if someone shows up, if your partner shows up and stops the chat and he keeps typing and what she's saying is maybe we should go far away on a trip somewhere and he's like nah and just typing away. I almost died. I just got back from outer space, literally. Would you like to spend time together? And he's just click, click, click. And then Adam's wife is clean yourself up. I need to look better than that in public. But she was more like, I'll be back. Get those chickens out of the house. I'll be back. Anything she learned of, it was him daydreaming about it. He had a happy wife when he was waiting for him. I don't get it. Which means he was daydreaming about Jane. He wanted to jump ship. His work colleague was more compatible with his personality than his politician wife. Me personally, I don't get it. But story wise, I'm saying, for the sake of the story, his personality, her personality were better suited together. Astronauts, I use the word courage. Astronaut space, that's exploration. That's you're putting your life on the line. It they could tell this story in different ways, and it seems like they picked that one. So I think they're saying something about having the courage to be with the person that compliments you. Have the courage to be with the person that compliments you. She literally, Jane defends Adam in this movie. I There's something to look at. because the two astronauts went under public scrutiny. There was a whole investigation on how did the third astronaut die. So I think this story is saying something about courage, having the courage to be with the person that compliments you. But there's a way to say that: have the courage to cross streams. That sounds like Ghostbusters. Have courage to switch rides. That's not it. That's not it. This movie's about divorce. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it there though. It's something along that lines of have the courage to to let go and love the one you're with or something. Have the courage to find your wife. Even if you already have one. Have the courage to find your second wife. Or husband. Please find your wife. I think that's what this story is saying. Marriage is about happiness. Marriage should make you happy. Marriage should be happy. Don't mention the divorce. Yeah, I like that. Marriage should be happy. Don't mention the divorce. A partner. But this story is about a partner. Marriage should be a happy partnership. Marriage should make you happy. Don't waste the what little time you have on earth. I think that's what it is. I don't think it's so complicated. I don't think you should even mention the marriage. I'm going to run with that one. Don't, because they're astronauts. Don't waste what little time you have on Earth. All right. That was neat. But, I've been thinking about this one for years. There's something bugging me that I think that he's better off with Savannah. What if this is actually a cautionary tale? The breakup of Adam and Savannah is way more. There's a tone at the end of this movie of where their happiness doesn't look like roses. She's missing someone. She's upset about the loss of someone. And he is running in to save the day. And there's nothing wrong with his wife. There is nothing wrong with his wife. There's something wrong with Jane's husband. But there is nothing wrong with his wife. Yeah, there's something. But all of it can just default to don't waste your time. Don't waste what little time that you have on Earth. Alright. Um, if you're hearing this, thank you for listening. Uh, I like the couple of Adam and Savannah more than Adam and Jane. Adam came back and he was acting too much like Jane's husband. He was acting way too much like Jane's husband. If he had if he had returned to his old ways, and you know he wasn't because he was sitting on the floor playing with chickens. All right. If I come up with something better, I'm gonna say something and start another video. But right now, I'm stuck. I've been stuck for years. For years since this movie came out, I've been stuck. And I think that I still don't like, just going over it again, I still don't like the ending. If I were Adam, I would have stayed with Savannah. I would have invited Jane to spend time with my family. I would have invited her to go spend some time with Savannah. Even though they messed up and had a traumatic event and coupled in space, that is someone close to, that's still a bit improper. But they thought they were gonna die. That's still improper. No, I wouldn't have invited. Something needed to happen different. But yeah, if he, so far since what happened in space, if he wants to spend any time near Jane, they need to get married, because that's not cool to Savannah. She found someone.